So this mini lesson 1.1D is focused specifically on end behavior. In our lesson 1.1 overview, we talked about end behavior of graphs. This is going to go a little bit deeper and talk more about how to tell what's happening with the end behavior of a graph. We describe the function as it leaves the graph. So as it leaves to the left, x always approaches negative infinity. It can be going up or down, and we would use either positive infinity or negative infinity to talk about that. We also look at what's happening as the graph leaves to the right, which is approaching positive infinity. Again, it either goes up or it goes down. The graph cannot have end behavior if it doesn't leave the graph. So if we're talking about a finite graph, there's no end behavior to talk about. Looking at this one, first of all, I have some arrows, so I know this is going on forever. So what is happening as the graph leaves both to the left and the right? So let's start with as x approaches negative infinity to the left. What is f of x doing? As I go over here, as I'm going left, I'm going down. Therefore, f of x is approaching negative infinity. As I'm going left, I'm going down. Now I'm going to look to the right. So as x approaches positive infinity, what is f of x doing? F of x is going up, which means I'm going towards positive infinity. Now, it just so happens that a lot of times the two match, but that won't always be true. You can be going down to the right and up to the left, or some other variation of that, okay? So make sure that you don't always assume that positive infinity, as x approaches positive infinity, y does as well. Check to make sure. Looking at this next one, it's kind of the same thing, right? As x approaches negative infinity to the left, the graph is going down. So f of x is approaching negative infinity. As x approaches positive infinity to the right, the graph is going up and approaching positive infinity as well. That one was kind of easy because it was very similar. To the left, I'm going down. To the right, I'm going up. Now this one's a little different. So this time, as x approaches negative infinity to the left, my graph is actually increasing. So I would say that f of x is approaching positive infinity. As I look at the right, as x approaches positive infinity, the graph is increasing again. You can see it's going up here as well. So f of x is approaching positive infinity there. So this time, both ends are increasing as they leave. Therefore, no matter what x is approaching, f of x is approaching positive infinity. Hope that makes sense for you. Again, if you have any questions, let me know.